Hey everyone, I'm Fred Ranger and I hope you're doing good. Today's video is a bit different. I am not unboxing a Fujifilm product. I'm actually unboxing a Canon product. And if you've watched the previous vlog, you know exactly what's in this brown little box. So, as you know, I bought the Fujifilm X-H1 and I'm super happy with it, minus the autofocus that could be a little bit better. But the 120 frames per second is great. The 4K footage that's out of it is really great. And also the ability to record F-Log directly on the card. I know the X-T2 now has it, and I do have the X-T2 too, but I just find that the X-H1 is more video oriented, and my X-T2 stays in my bag for all the photography stuff. But it is a bit heavy, and it is a bit big when it comes to daily vlogging. So I was looking for a solution, and if you watch this video, you'll find that I was actually considering Canon for daily vlogging. I loved my G7X. This was the small one that I had, and I kind of miss actually the autofocus, and I kind of miss the color science that Canon has to offer for, you know, default settings. X-H1, I can get it very warm and very cool depending on what scene I'm trying to showcase. But for run and gunning, for day-to-day vlogging, I wanted something simpler, something lighter, and something very simple. So I guess you know what's in the box now. I opted for the actual smallest Canon camera on the market, and let's see what's in the brown box here with Grandpa's knife. It's important to keep Grandpa's knife because this is a sentimental piece for me. Best knife. Okay, so let's deep dive into the brown box. So this is the usual brown paper. Oh, and it also came with this here, which is kind of a little strap for the wrist. So I might actually use that, not even on the Canon camera, but maybe on another camera that I have, which is the X100, because it's so small, and I might actually use it for that. It also came with an extra battery. I mean, you guys know that this camera is a little bit short on the battery side. Damn autofocus. I hope that the dual pixel autofocus will be better than that. Anyway, so this is the second battery. And then let's go to the main piece, and oh my god, look at this tiny box. This is a very tiny box that doesn't seem to be picked up by the Fujifilm X-H1 autofocus. There you go. So this is the Fujifilm, not the Fujifilm. Oh my god, I've done so many Fujifilm videos now that I think that this is a Fujifilm camera. I'm brainwashed. But no, this is the Canon M50, EOS M50. I've seen a lot of vloggers using the camera. I've seen a lot of good reviews and a lot of bad reviews. So I will be able to tell you my take on it because I'll be using it in, where am I going? I'm going to Nashville on Monday till Friday for work. But I'll definitely bring that one just to take a few shots and to test the hell out of this camera when I have free time. I don't have a lot of free time, but when I do, I will test this camera. So what's in the box of a Canon EOS M50? Well, you get your standard papers, and you get, I think, what is the biggest manual that you can find on the market, and I invite you to download that and put that into your phone or your tablet for easier reference. You can also search via words, so voice, not voice, but actually keyword search, versus having that in your bag. Might be handy if you're at home, but maybe not in your bag. This is an offer from Canon, and let's go in the box here. This is the smallest Canon strap you'll see out there, so this is the strap. And you have your charger. One thing that I'm a bit disappointed about is the fact that I cannot charge the camera via USB. I mean, all of my other Fujifilm cameras can, that Canon camera can't, so I will be forced to bring this charger on my travels. I mean, it's not the biggest charger, and they did actually provide us with this little plug in the wall, so you can actually plug it directly in the wall. You don't have to put a cable or an AC cable on it. So that's a nice touch, but I would have preferred if it would have charged through USB. What else? This is the lens. This is the kit lens. I will start with this kit lens. It's a bit tight for vlogging because it's 15, I think. Let's go see that. What do we have? There you go. So you have here the 15 to 45. So this is kind of the 24 to 70 equivalent. And I'm trying to get focus on this camera. Man, This is hard, Fuji. I can't wait for the new firmware update. But this is a very plasticky lens, but also a lens that I won't be too, you know, if I drop it, I don't want to drop it, but if I do drop it, I'll be a little bit less stressed than if I drop one of my Fujifilm lenses that are very expensive. So that one will be glued onto the Canon, and I'm also looking for the 11 to 22 or 11 to 24. I forgot the last number for a wider field of view. But for now, this will be my daily driver. And now, battery. The pièce de résistance, so the actual main act. Oh my god, this is tiny. This is very, very tiny. I think this is one of the smallest mirrorless camera that I've unboxed. And there you have it. This is the Canon EOS M50. This is the mirrorless camera from Canon, and this is kind of the smallest 4K DSLR, not DSLR, mirrorless camera that you'll find on the market. And one of the main reasons that I bought this camera, there's a couple. The first one is that here, which is the flip out screen, and I will be able to frame my shot and to see myself when I actually use the camera, which is something that is very unique because none of the Fujifilm cameras except the X70 that was flipping up has that feature. Also really tiny. As you can see, this is a very, very small camera. This is actually, it feels like the Canon G7X with a little eye finder here or something a little bit bigger on the top, but ultimately it resembles a lot the smaller point and shoot cameras that you have out there. So really excited about that. So this flips like that, it also flips like that, and it also go back here for protection. The button seems pretty sturdy actually. I'm quite surprised by the build quality of that. There's not a lot of buttons. You get your small little buttons in the back here to get to your flash, to your autofocus system, to go into menu, and also you have your shutter speed here. There's a dial. I guess you'll be able to change your aperture through that and your shutter speed. So more on that pretty shortly. I'll do a full review. This is your record button. That's, you know, not so bad. I've seen worse places to put the record button. So let's put the lens on it. And guys, that will be it for today because I want to test this camera and I want to tell you if this is a viable option for vlogging. As you know, I've been searching for the perfect vlogging camera only to find out that there are no actual perfect cameras. So Canon, I have big hopes here for my future vlogs, and you'll see that very shortly because I'm going to use it. So this is the total size of the camera once the lens is on it. So not that bad. I really like that setup. I will put it on a Joby GorillaPod and I will be vlogging my way through with this small little camera. So if you do have the Canon M50, please tell me what settings are you using for vlogging. If you have questions about this camera, please put them down below, and as soon as I test the camera, I'll be able to start answering questions. And this is the way this channel has been growing, is by exchanging in the comments down below. By, you know, you guys are sending me some Twitter and some Instagram questions and directly on YouTube, and I love it. So if you want to know when the video of the review of the M50 will drop, please hit that bell notification, hit that subscribe button, and if you like the video you're seeing, smash the subscribe and the like button. This helps this channel grow tremendously. So I've been Fred Ranger. Be happy, enjoy life, and enjoy your gear. Cheers.